to know from you. Girls love bad boys, don't they? Are you a bad boy?
I think I used to be. I was addicted to women. It was a sex addiction which was very difficult for me. I think that was one of the bigger ones to leave. I made friends with the wrong people. And they all backstabbed me. He knows the best girlfriend that hopefully will work out into a marriage to be my wife. I unfollowed everyone on Instagram.
What an arrogant guy. He doesn't follow anybody. But who is the next girl you want to go and meet?
Well, I've already met someone.
Yeah?
Yeah. Some guy came up to me and he was like, "Can I have an autograph?" And I just sat there like, an autograph for what I did in Patna. Like that was nothing. After 1947 that I did in Tamil Nadu, I just wanted to get into an auto. I'm usually like this, holding on, because you never know what might happen. He's looking back at me, so I'm like even getting more anxious now. And he's like, "Inna Justin, and I was like, yeah, Justin, just keep looking up ahead. And he's like, "Inna bad man." And I was just like, dude, look in the front. I just felt like I needed a hug. And this woman has walked by me 3 times. Then she came and she stood by the side of me and she said, "You're in Bansali's new Hira Mandi?" And I said, "Yes." And she said, "Can I give you a hug?" And I was just like, Did you hear me? Like, God probably heard me.
Do you need a hug right now, Raju bhaiya?
Raju, aaja mere baju.
Hi Jason, how are you?
I'm good. How are you doing?
I am cute.
Alive and cute.
Yeah, I'm
That's
alive and
nice.
cute.
That's
Like every time someone asks me, "How are you?" I'm like, "I'm cute." Because am I not?
Yeah, you're very good looking.
मैं बुलवा ही लेता हूँ लोगों से. अच्छा, because I planned a very special thing for you. Can you see? Suddenly our set has turned flowery for you because you're coming from a Sanjay Leela Bhansali series. So we wanted to give you the mahal. There's a beautiful girl sitting right in front of you. How do you like being with Uncensored with Shardul?
I'm excited to see what happens.
Or scared? Okay, Jason, what do you or who do you love the most? First question in life.
In life?
Yeah.
God.
What about like God?
God.
Okay. Now you have to say this to the camera. Close camera.
Okay.
That one is your close camera.
Yeah.
I swear to God. Come on, repeat. No, you can stop wherever you feel that it's not
Okay.
right? Okay. Yeah. I'm not taking your money or your honey. Both are yours.
I swear to God
That I'm going to be completely uncensored.
that I will be completely uncensored
On Uncensored with Shardul.
on Uncensored with Shardul.
तो आपको क्या लगा मैं ऐसा क्या पूछने वाला हूँ that you were scared?
जैसे आपने बोला swear to God, I was like,
या
you never
नहीं
know.
मैं ऐसे थोड़ा ना और ऐसे बोल के थोड़ा ना आपकी जायदाद या आपकी कुछ वो करो. ओके बट ये जो हम सुनते आए संजय लीला बंसाली सेट पे लोगों को खड़ा कर देते हैं, कान पकड़वाते हैं, ये करते ही होता है.
बहुत होता है.
आपके साथ हुआ?
हाँ जी.
कान पकड़ा है?
नहीं, कान नहीं पकड़ा, but I came from Chennai. I was just finishing this comedy horror that I did, which was called Kannapan. उसमें थोड़ा मोटा हो गया था, and I think I hadn't slept. वो थोड़ा सोया ही नहीं, तो I think वो थोड़ा ज़्यादा फूका था, and I came सुबह में, and he just looked at me. He entered the room and he just turned around and he looked at me and he said, "You're fat." And I was just like, "Oh, okay, thank you, good morning."
But I genuinely want to know that there's so much of trolling that's happening of one of your cast members. What went wrong? Because honestly, Sanjay Leela Bhansali is known for this picture perfect things. You guys have in your interviews given things like, Abhi, you said, "I was told I'm fat." Sonakshi had to do so many takes. Manisha Koirala apparently was under the shower, that thing for hours. What happened wrong with Alamzeb?
I don't know. See, eventually it's a director's take, right? It's what the director wants. I've heard from some interview that she said she auditioned 16 times. So if this is what they wanted her to do, eventually, if this is what Sanjay's vision of this character is, that's the vision. I can't, say, "Oh, he's wrong in that," because that's his director's take. If you're asking me personally,
Yeah.
as an actor, I thought it went a little one tone.
First of all, congratulations on Hira Mandi. I think everybody is congratulating you. I want to know, what is that one thing post Hira Mandi that you're the happiest about?
I would definitely say that I have been seen with a number of different colors, and I think that exposure has been very different for me, especially to my friends and family. They were like, we've finally been able to see your graph. So I'm very excited about that.
You have Gujju, right?
Yes.
तो गुज्जू कम्युनिटी तो बहुत खुश होगी बिकॉज दे आर लाइक वेरी बिग संजय लीला बंसाली
Yeah.
फैन ना गुज्जू
Yeah.
वेडिंग में ऐसा भी होता है वो जो ऐश्वर्या ने पहना था वो वाला घाघरा चाहिए और सो व्हाट इज द गुज्जू कम्युनिटी सेइंग
They are extremely happy for me. I met some of them in the building yesterday and they were like, oh my God. And you know, it's always a celebration anyways. With my Gujarati family, there always seems to be sweets and, you know, they're never short of ready to party.
Yeah.
So yeah, that's fun.
कुछ है गुजरातियों और
हाँ जी,
पंजाबियों में
हाँ जी।
आपको गुजराती बोलते आती है
नहीं.
जरा भी नहीं
नहीं. Kemcho Majama, that's it.
કેમ છો મજામાં શું છે સારું છે ડંડા લઈને મારું છે ઓકે એન્ડ हिंदी
हिंदी थोड़ा बहुत बोल सकता है. शुद्ध नहीं है.
हीरा मंडी में तो बहुत बोली है
हाँ. वो थोड़ा उर्दू डायलॉग्स थे.
बट समझ में ऑब्वियसली पूरी आती है
Yes.
तो मतलब वी कांट गेट अवे विथ लाइक यू नो जेसन पीछे खड़ा हो और थोड़ी बहुत बुराई कर लें या ऐसा आई एम श्योर यू गॉन थ्रू दोज इंस्टेंसेस
Yes. I've always wanted to know कि ये लोग मेरे बारे में कुछ तो कुछ बोल रहा है. क्या है वो?
डू पीपल टॉक बैड अबाउट यू
आई थिंक एक मजाक है इंडिया में कि कोई भी फिरंग देख के कुछ तो कुछ को सोच आ जाता है कि अरे देख गोरा लंगूर आ गया है या काम चोरी यू नो ऑल काइंड्स ऑफ डिफरेंट थिंग्स देव सेड हमको राज करने वापस आ गया है ये. सो
दुगुना लगान तो नहीं मानते ना
तो वो तो होता रहता है.
बट उसके बाद फोटोज भी तो खिंचाने आते होंगे
Yes, of course. I mean, not so much actually. I've realized कि people are like, that's Cartwright, but I think
Now.
yeah, वो थोड़ा सा डर है, and even from before, even from TV, जैसे झांसी की रानी, जैसे
People are scared of you.
Yes, I think एक side से तो मुझे ये समझ में आया कि I think they don't think I speak in Hindi. वो मेन चीज़ है. सब
हाँ.
लोग को लगता है कि ये पूरा डबिंग है. सो आई थिंक वो लोग का पहले वो ही रुक जाता है कि भाई ये हिंदी अगर ना बोले और मेरा इंग्लिश इतना अच्छी नहीं है तो व्हाट विल आई से टू हिम, हाउ विल आई यू नो कम्युनिकेट विद हिम. सो आई थिंक दैट्स वन साइड. एंड देन क्योंकि इतना टाइम से मैं एक विलन खेल रहा हूँ टीवी पे, वेब सीरीज पे, आई थिंक ओवर देयर लाइक ये अगर गुस्सा आ गया तो गुस्सा निकालेंगे मेरे पे.
ये एक्चुअली होता है जब कोई यू नो नेगेटिव शेड या नेगेटिव कैरेक्टर प्ले करता है बट आई वांट टू नो फ्रॉम यू गर्ल्स लव बैड बॉयज डोंट दे आर यू अ बैड बॉय
आई थिंक आई यूज्ड टू बी.
used to be
Yeah, used
When?
to be.
Yeah, you're talking about used to be as if you know 1957 में जब कार्टराइट आया था
I think anything beyond 3 years ago. Yeah.
तो 3 सालों में ऐसा क्या हुआ
I think it was in the middle of COVID, just as COVID kind of started. I gave my life to God and I said I wanted to change from here. And yeah, it's been a crazy road and I've had many addictions, but He's really helped me in each and every step.
No, I'm very proud of you that
Thank
you're
you.
admitting it. There's another actor who spoke about his addictions, and I really think it's very important to have, you know, successful stories of people coming out of it.
Correct.
We don't have that many. You know, we know of people who give into it, या who leave and या जो बर्बाद हो जाते हैं. But don't you think so? It's important for people like you, me, or anybody who has any kind of social impact to talk about how to come out of it.
110%.
So how did you come out of it? And like what addictions we are talking about? Alcohol or anything else?
I mean, it was alcohol. I was smoking, I think, about 2.5 packets of cigarettes a day. I can definitely say I was addicted to women. It was a sex addiction, which was very difficult for me. I think that was one of the bigger ones to leave. But God is so good, and His grace is so sufficient for me that His love just overrode everything. And the more and more that I gave to Him, it's tough. It's not easy because you've got to say no, right?
Correct,
and we're
yeah.
so used to ki there's that funda ki if it feels good, do it.
Yeah.
But I've realized that that is probably the worst advice that you could give anybody. And from my life, I would say my worst decisions were made when it felt good. What I say now, if it feels good, think about it.
That's a very profound thing to say.
Yeah.
So now this is beautiful. You said that you gave everything to God. So what ऐसा कौन सा moment था या ऐसा कोई incident हुआ? You know, because I believe I've seen through my life, I've gone through phases where he's kind of knocking. He's kind of trying to, put you onto a right path. कोई लोग आते हैं आपकी ज़िंदगी में, कुछ होता है. What was it for you that you decided, okay, that's it, I'm going to give it to him? Because it's very difficult to battle all the things that you said you were battling.
I've never said this before. I mean, a few people know, but
Only if you feel safe.
no, I do. To be honest, I think it was after 2021 New Year's. I was at a friend's house and I saw a girl leaving, as always, and was, consistent in my life. I felt bad about hurting her. I felt that I was actually feeling a lot of shame and a lot of guilt. And what that did to me was make me feel very empty. And I have a great life. I have, I think God has physically blessed me. I have a great family, great house. I've been exposed to the world. I've traveled probably 60% of the world. And I think then you start to realize that if God gave me so much, all I'm doing is ruining it. And I started to believe that there was more purpose in life than the life that I had been living up till then. And that's where I realized it doesn't matter about fame, it doesn't matter about money. Those things don't matter because they're there for a moment and they're gone. Especially with Jhansi Ki Rani, when I had done it, I can't say that it was a huge success, but I had definitely tasted what it feels like to be recognized by public. I mean, in airports around India, the police inspectors would come up to me and be like, "Sir, you've done such a good role. Aap bhi vardi mein," So that was amazing in those times. But you realize that without being centered, without being balanced, without having God, you don't have peace. And you'll always be chasing and you'll always be moving off course. And in that, I think a lot of friends, I made friends with the wrong people. And they all backstabbed me. And I think by the time it had come to COVID, I realized that everyone that I had stood by, the people that I was willing to lay my life down in some ways, had only spoken bad about me. And I realized I needed a friend. And that's when I looked up and I said, I need you.
Who better than that friend, right? Because
Exactly.
that one's not going to backstab you.
We got deep pretty fast, I think.
I love it, but don't worry. If you ever feel that it's going too deep,
No, it's good. Deep is good.
I'll do what Sanjida did for you. I'll show you my legs too. So don't worry. I will. But by the way, between me or Sanjida, who? Come on, this is uncensored with Shal. I think
Sanjida.
shut up.
She has the female aspect.
Doesn't matter. I think I have prettier legs than Sanjida. They are meatier. Okay, guys. No, but no. Why I keep doing tomfoolery when we talk about topics like this is I have been through a lot of shit in life as well. And on a reality show, that was the reason I was chosen, that, I was talking about it. It is very important for people to feel safe when they talk about such stuff. Because, Jason, I don't think so you realize the impact of what you said. जब एक actor या जब एक celebrity बताता है कि listen, I have fallen, but I have risen. That gives hope and inspiration to a 16-year-old boy sitting in Kanpur who's probably battling addiction and thinking of killing himself.
100%.
Or to a girl who's feeling extremely lost and judged. So, big ups to you for sharing about this and winning. And I really would like to know more about this. Is that, you said there was bad path, bad direction, bad friends, backstabbing. You came to know about all of that, and what was your reaction? Did you ever confront them?
I think confront in a loving way, in a kind way. I didn't want
to
to.
confront someone in a loving way.
You kind of put your best foot forward and you say, look, I might not be your friend any longer in that sense because I know the kind of harm that you can do to me, and you set those boundaries. But I think I've told them all that if there's ever a time that you feel like you would want to change your life and become a better person, call me, you have my number. And I think that's what people need to need to do is you pull yourself away from it, but you still remain available to that person, because that's showing love. Usually people block the person completely out of their life, and in instances I've had to do that too, as I think some people just don't get it. I feel like I'm speaking a language that, is just not comprehensible anymore. So it just depends. But I think each time an addiction went away, I think that's where my life kind of just started to steady out. Because when you're not smoking cigarettes anymore, you're not standing with those people smoking cigarettes.
Correct.
When you're not looking for the next catch, you're not going out with the people looking for the next catch. So automatically the things that you start focusing on, which is life, all round, which is so much more meaningful than what we do. I'm an actor, but I watch very little Netflix. People even ask me, have you seen this show? Have you seen that show? Oh my God, you're not up to date. And I'm like, yeah, but if I sit the whole night, watching Netflix and all of these kind of things, I won't have time for life left, So it's really shaped out really well. It's a beautiful thing.
I'm very happy that screen pe dekhe, a lot of people would say Cartwright is aisa, Cartwright is waisa, or other characters that you played in other industries as well. You've done a lot of negative characters.
Violent roles.
Yeah, violent roles. But what a positive way. If you are comfortable, I would like to talk more about this topic, so I want your permission before we do that. When Deepika spoke about her depression, depression got normalized.
Yeah.
People started seeing depression as a disease, and otherwise people were doing black magic.
Yeah.
People were calling them mad.
Yeah.
What you're speaking about is also a disease.
Correct.
It is not somebody's choosing it.
No.
So I want to know that in that phase, all the three things that you were going through, did you seek any help? Were there people who were supportive for you, and what are the steps that anybody can take who's going through things like that?
So for me, I found God. That's obviously a directive to my belief and my faith, and I'm a Christian. I was born and raised Christian. But I'll tell you that religion is a funny thing. I think what I've understood is that it's not about religion, it's about relationship. Now, because we've been half sort of one foot here and one foot there, especially with our parents when they're teaching us that, pray in the morning or do something. I think what they forgot to tell us was this is a relationship between you and God. This is not come and because, Hindus will do puja, Muslims will go to the mosque and pray. As Christians, we go to, Sunday mass. Everybody has their own thing, right? But the thing is that you're just doing it for ritual.
Correct.
And then you come out of that place and it's almost like you've dusted your hands off and you're like, I've done my duty. But when you start looking at God as a brother, as a friend, as a lover, as someone who cares so much about your life, and what I understood about God is that He never changes.
Yeah.
He's trying to make us change.
Yeah.
He is the same yesterday, today, and forever. But we need to change. And then there's other fundas in the world as well that are like, don't change, be you. Humans are always changing.
Evolving.
You're always evolving. From the time you are birthed into this world, the time you leave, your voice escalation, and de-escalation at the same time. In everything you do, your look, your hair will grow and then it'll fall out, So why wouldn't you want to change? Why are you going to hold on to your past? Why are you going to hold on to the person that you think you need to be? And that's exactly what you said, is that a lot of actors or, a lot of people who are in the limelight are holding something. They are portraying themselves as something.
Correct.
And that becomes a job in itself. And then once you start a lie, you're going to have to tell more lies to hold the lie together. And I believe, and I've come to understand that that is the most taxing job you can ever do. So truly being yourself, I believe, is just connecting with the Creator, the one who created you, and loving Him more than anything else, and a safety net that starts to come around you, because then it's not, there's a famous song by Frank Sinatra that says, I did it my way. That's a very dangerous way.
It's a very dangerous
It's a very dangerous way. And I think once you go God's way, because he loves you and he knows, because he's created you. That's my belief, is that my God created me. So if he's created me, that means he knows the best friend to have. He knows the best girlfriend that hopefully will work out into a marriage to be my wife. I think he knows everything. He knows the perfect way for me to treat my staff members, you know, whatever interaction I'm having with the world, he's going to teach me. So yes, there have been some pastors who have surrounded me with their love, their care, their prayers, their guiding. Yes, and even till today, you know, it's not that, oh, now I'm walking out, you know, and saying, oh, I know everything. No, I'm going to keep learning. And I think, but it's that self-dedication that says, okay, I want to know more.
I want to do this.
Yeah, which I think this generation has lost. And I've seen it so much in something as simple as the gym. I love the gym. I love going to the gym. But I see the form of everyone around me. 80% at least in this country, it's so bad that I feel sorry for those people, because I know that those are going to end up as injuries. So it's the same thing with faith. If you're not going to stand and ask your trainer, who I believe is God, to show you the right form, you're going to end up injured. And it's as simple as that. But I think this generation doesn't want to ask, because they want to be, I know it all.
Yeah.
You know, they like to come in with that persona, and it's sad. I think that's what is, you know, trailing out.
ये आदमी ने तो धोखा दे दिया. हमको लगा था कि हम मतलब यू नो एक एक्टर को बुला रहे हैं, यहाँ पे एक स्पिरिचुअल आदमी बैठा है अभी मेरे साथ, एंड आई एम एक्चुअली हैप्पी अबाउट इट. बट I really want to talk more about this because, you know, honestly, this is far more interesting than you choosing between Bibbo Jan and Malika Jan for me. Honestly, yeah, because, you know, I want to know the Jason. I want to not know the Cartwright because I've seen him. And he was brilliant, by the way. Jason, you know, when we talk about gym, like you said gym, they say that जहर ही जहर को काटता है, उसी तरीके से addiction का इलाज एक दूसरा addiction होता है. You know, so if you are addicted to something, then you get addicted to something better like a gym, or like fitness regime, or spirituality, or this thing. Do you agree with this? And is that what you did?
I don't believe it's addiction. I think the only and best obsession that you can have in life is God. So it always comes back to that for me.
I feel like praying already.
But yeah, obviously things get better, right? You start to choose better things. You start to see, hey, look, I used to be on my phone looking at reels. I unfollowed everyone on Instagram.
Yeah, I saw.
Which was a huge thing for
My
most
first thought
people.
was like, what an arrogant guy. He doesn't follow anybody.
See, you've already judged
Yeah.
based on because I don't want to follow anyone.
No, but then when I spoke to him, he was like, nice.
And that's usually the first
But sorry,
reaction.
isn't there a dichotomy? Because you are having a profile where you want people to follow you, but you don't want to follow anybody. Why?
Well, honestly, because it helps my work and it helps me stay in business.
Okay, so it's just
And
a visiting card for you.
I used to post, but not so much as now. Like, I know my agent is like, please, Jason, post, keep doing it, work, you know, start doing reels and this. And so I understand, you know, from a work perspective, it's something I need to push. But I'll tell you, the day I unfollowed everyone, it was almost as if a hook came off of my heart. And I was shocked because it was actually during a shoot for Amazon Prime. And I came out of my vanity and I was like, does this phone have power over me? And I realized over the next 3 months that 110% it does, because I'm surrounded by beautiful people. I've been a model ever since I was 17 years old, so I have had gorgeous, beautiful, whether it's men or women, I've had beautiful people around me, you know, and the good morning photos are very beautiful. But if your mind continuously sees that, what happens is it wants to feed off of it. That's why it's called your news feed, because your mind is feeding off of that. And where you start to see is that you start to lose control. So it's very small at first, but
Yeah.
it starts to happen. So it's small little tweaks like that, and then you start to realize, hey, I'm not following anybody. I'm not feeling anxious about my next trip to the Maldives, or a personal favorite is Bali.
Don't say Maldives right now. You'll get a lot of hate.
or where am I going to eat my next sushi, or who's the next girl that I want to go and meet. All of these things, all of just,
But who is the next girl you want to go and meet?
well, I've already met someone.
Yeah?
Yeah.
Someone special or?
I think she's very special. And so far, it seems that this is, the person that God is leading me to. Obviously, there's a lot of choices that have to, pair up. It has to be, what she wants as well. But yeah, it looks like it's going pretty good at the moment.
Congratulations. I am so happy for you. Should I always start calling Bhabhi Bhabhi? Is it going to reach there?
The things that we refrain from. So now it's no sex before marriage and things like that, which is a massive.
Hold on. This is 2024, where 18-year-olds तक भी लोग wait नहीं कर रहे हैं. You are saying that you're going to wait till marriage for taking it to the next level.
Absolutely, because now what I've understood and I'm understanding more and more is that as soon as you have those kind of sexual relations with a woman, what happens is you both become emotionally involved with each other, where logic then gets thrown out of the window and you're basing your entire relationship off of emotion. And as I said, feelings are dangerous. So emotions are feelings. And it can get very difficult. I would say, at least from my experience, obviously, as I told you, I did come to a point where I felt empty, so there's definitely an emptying out of sorts for the man. But I feel it hurts the woman much more because innatively women are given a lot more feelings than men are. And that's why I believe that God created them to be so special, that they are the ones that have the kid and not us. Because their sense of emotion, feeling, and care is... a woman, it's next level. It really is next level.
You know, we need more than 2 episodes for this right now, because honestly we've gone so deep that some people might not even get it. But did all of this, so you've been on the scene for a long time. You were there in Bigg Boss much before then I went. You have done some really big ass movies down south, Salar and all these. But the recognition that now you're getting, do you think this has something to do with the changes that you brought in your life?
110%.
Yeah.
Because only once, what I would say, I gave my life to God, He started to give everything back to me. So as I believe, He said that I will give you all the desires of your heart. He made me wait a little bit because He wants to see if I'm being real, because it's easy to say to God, hey God, I'm going to do everything you say, and then you get everything, and then a week later you're back to square one. So He made me wait. He strengthened me in that time. And I'll tell you, it was only about 3 months later did I get a call for my first movie in Chennai, which that has been my dream, to make a South Indian movie. I have a lot of connections with Kodaikanal. I used to go there when I was a kid. And I was like, I want to be in a Tamil movie. I want to be a bad guy in a Tamil movie. And
Why do you always want to be a bad guy? Here he's talking about spirituality, giving his life. I don't know, I want to be a bad guy. Why?
I feel I'm good at it. I can do it. And I feel that the hero is only as good as the bad guy.
Also, do you think as an actor, it is also that people who've experienced darkness in their lives themselves and battled it can actually tap into it much better?
Absolutely.
Yeah,
Absolutely.
It's actually difficult for a boy who's born and brought up in every cushioned atmosphere, everything nice, vanilla, like a Rajshri boy playing a villain. It'll be like, jal lijiye. Just can't happen, bro.
Yeah,
so
for
because of those demons that you've battled, is why you bring a little bit of edge to the characters? Is that what you...
I hope so. From the reactions that I've gotten, I think so.
Okay, tell me the best or the funniest reaction, of someone, not just Hira Mandi, but Salar and other movies that you've done. Ki kya reaction raha hai?
Actually, after 1947 that I did in Tamil Nadu, and it was my gym and my hotel were super close, and I just wanted to get into an auto because I didn't have too much time, so I jumped in an auto, and the guy, he's like, and I'm like already like in an auto rickshaw, my heart is already like 100 paces faster than its usual pace, and I'm just like, I'm usually like this, holding on because you never know what might happen. And he's looking back at me, so I'm like even getting more anxious now because now I know he's probably recognized me from somewhere. And he's looking, and I'm like, just look front, just look in the front. And he's like, "Inna Justin, ah?" And I was like, yeah, Justin, just keep looking up ahead. And he's like, "Inna bad, man." And I was just like, dude, look in the front. We're going to have an act. And he went into some different lane. And then he gets out of his auto and he's like reversing it while pushing. And he's a big, burly guy as well. He's pushing it back. And I'm just like, dude, what is going on? He's like, "Very bad, man." But then after, he was so sweet. But he was so overjoyed at the end of it. So it was like, first, I know we couldn't exchange too much, we didn't communicate so much between each other, but I got what he was trying to say. He was trying to tell me that you are so bad, I'm angry at you, but at the same time, you're sitting in my auto rickshaw, so I'm overjoyed to also, be with you. And of course, we took a selfie, and those things are obviously really precious. But I've gotten crazy stuff. I remember as a kid, like I finished Dupatta Tera in a partner, and I was sitting in Dubai alone, just having a pasta. I think I was going to England and I was just stopping over. And some guy came up to me and he was like, "Can I have an autograph?" And I just sat there like, "An autograph? For what I did in Patna?" Like, that was nothing. It's the smallest one. I was shocked first that he even recognized me. I think that's something that, most Indians don't recognize me immediately. It's kind of like that,
Koi gora hai.
Haan, koi gora hai. But then after, it's like, oh, that's Cartwright, So then sometimes I see them, they're like walking past me and they're like, and then they come running from behind because it's taken like 2 or 3 minutes, for them to recollect. Oh, there's crazy reactions, but it's fun. It's awesome.
Do women run away when they see you?
No, actually, I was sitting. It was so funny. I just felt like I needed a hug. I was just coming back from Assam. I was just in Assam 2 weeks back, and I don't know why. I just felt like I needed a hug. Sometimes I think people just need a hug. And I was just there, and I needed a hug. And this woman has walked by me 3 times, and I think she was really making sure is this Cartwright or no? Then she came, and she stood by the side of me, and she said, "You're in Bansali's new Hira Mandi?" And I said, "Yes." And she was so sweet, and she said, "Can I give you a hug?" And I was just like, Did you hear me? Like, God probably heard me.
Do you need a hug right now, Raju bhaiya? He will.
Raju, aaja mere baju.
Okay. I'm gonna do something special that I haven't done. Let's do it. Krishna, can you please come and give him a hug? Give me a hug. I also need a hug. So,
It's like a therapy and I'm healed.
This is Krishna Mukherjee, who's going to feature in one of our podcasts. And Jason, I loved having this uncensored, candid chat with you.
Thank you.
And I have, leave the acting. I have huge respect for you as a person after this. You're a broski after this. I got a brilliant guy whom I would like to be friends with, not just do a podcast, because there's so much that I'd like to learn and talk about. Jason, thank you so much for being a part of Uncensored with Shardul, the first season.
That's it.
You definitely are coming on to more episodes.
100%.
Thank you so much, brother. Thank you so much.